Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The world is run by dead men. The concepts, ideas, and things that fuel our life, the politics, the relational values that we have, all come from dead men. What do I mean by that? If we think in a macro sense, you know, not think about just theology, but let's think about politics. Democracy came from a guy not living anymore. If we're thinking about all the world systems, the words are escaping me, socialism, Marxism, all these ideas generated from men no longer living. Most of the philosophies that drive us day by day, dead men. And the most important fact about that I would like to submit is, it's not about the people themselves, it's about the idea. What's in an idea? Ideas run the world. And with that statement, I want to suggest this. Your most important asset is between your two ears. The way you think, the thoughts that you carry, and the ideas that you extend and accept will dictate, will decide, will determine exactly where you end up in life, who your friends are, what's your zip code, what car you drive, and how your children will have a large impact on how your children turn out. What's in an idea? There's tons of quotes that go, you know, the man is a sum total of his thoughts. As I think, therefore I am. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. These thoughts, these sayings, these phrases, these concepts aren't just things that flow out there. They come from somewhere, and they come from a place of truth. They come from the knowledge, the wisdom that says, what I can conceive and truly believe, that's what I'm going to perpetrate in my life. That's what I'm going to follow after. That's what I'm going to do. So, another phrase you might have heard, perception is reality. It's a truth. Now the thing about that is, what is true for you is true for you. Whether it's really true or not, whether it is a foundational truth that runs the world that you can hang your hat on, it really doesn't matter. If you hang your hat on it and you believe with all your heart that it's true, and your life will be run by that idea. You will raise your kids and teach them that truth. What's in an idea? An idea is everlasting. You know, they say that there's nothing new under the sun. Ideas come and they go, but the thing is, they never die. They may get buried, they may be forgotten, but someone will dig it up, refresh it, revive it, and it's off to a brand new start. What's in an idea? There's life. There's life in an idea. In the same aspect, there's death in an idea. There's this book, and forgive me, the title is escaping me. It's a bestseller on the Wall Street Journal, for sure. The author co-authored it with his grandfather, and I'm giving these facts because I've forgotten the name of the title. He also wrote the book Strength Finder 2.0. So same author. He's written a second book with his grandfather, and he talks about the impacts of positive reinforcement and negative reinforcement. Did you know the title?
I think I remember that.
Okay.
Forget his name.
But he talks about in the book, he talks about the power of positive and negative thoughts and ideas, and how you can use your words, because words are the gateway that communicate ideas, how you can use words to speak to people and impact the way they live. And so they went to do a study about the North Korean War and the prisoners of war. And looking at those prisoners, they were the least terrorized prisoners of all wars. They were the least punished, the least reprimanded. They weren't treated physically fine. But what the prisoners in North Korea did do, the people who had to imprison them, they kept away from them any emotional, positive support. They fed them ideas. If they at home, if their wife sent them a letter saying, you know what, I'm sorry, I've given up, I can't wait for you any longer, they sent that right to them. They submitted those ideas, those negative ideas, to reinforce a negative emotion. They would break them down. They wouldn't. The thing about it, they weren't harsh to them, but they would isolate the troops, the prisoners. And all of the things that they did, it led to them to have the highest rate of death of all prisoners of war, because it broke down their will, because they got into their mind. It was psychological warfare, because they planted thoughts, they planted ideas that took the life right out of them, and many of them died for no medical reason. They just gave up. What's in an idea? There's life in an idea, and kind of to go toward the sorrow was speaking of, if you respond to people, or even not in a response, you're just speaking to people in a positive way, something that's going to uplift them and have a positive reaction on them, it gives life. What's in an idea? I would give to you and submit to you today. Be careful what you're mindful of. Guard your mind with all costs, because your greatest asset really is the thoughts that you carry. Mr. Toastmaster.
Good job. Nice job, buddy.